You set up OpenClaw on Telegram, you talk to one agent, and that's cool. You move it over to Discord, and still the same thing, one agent. But Discord can do so much more than that. Here is how you actually set it up to manage a full agent team. Look at my Discord channel, which is connected to my OpenClaw. Here you see the icon is my HQ mission control. And you will see here, I have a lot of channels working. Here you see my agents, and I have a direct channel to each of my agents, Ivy, Nexus, Mr. X, and Nox. This is how I can manage a multi-agent AI team. What's up everyone, I'm Nino and welcome back to Vibe with AI. Before I get into it, a quick thank you. Last week I had 160 subscribers, I'm now at 560. That OpenClaw video hit over 11,000 views. I didn't expect that at all, and genuinely thank you for all the support and comments and subscribers. If you have been following along the series, you know that I have a team of 5 agents running 24/7 on my Mac Mini. Henry, my chief of staff, Nexus, my CTO, Ivy, my researcher, and Nox, my security officer, and Mr. X on social media. A lot of you have asked about the Discord setup. How do I actually get 5 separate agents into one server, each looking and acting like a different team member? That's today's episode. To dive into my Discord setup, you quickly also have to understand my current setup with my agents. I am the founder and CEO. Henry is my chief of staff. Henry is my main bot or AI agent that was set up with OpenClaw. I talk directly to him all the time through Telegram, also through Discord. He was the first bot I invited to Discord, and he created my sub-agent, Nexus, Ivy, Nox, and Mr. X. Each of them are department heads, and they push their own department forward. Important here, those are also persistent agents. So if you don't want to set up a sub-agent that only gets called when executing a task, but you want to create agents that are awake 24/7, that have a heartbeat, they wake up continuously, think proactively, and push your project forward, you need to tell your main bot, your main agent, to set up persistent agents. That's a setup OpenClaw supports, and every agent that is listed under this persistent tag would be an agent that can wake up or can run 24/7. What you want to instill in each of those agents is a heartbeat MD. Tell it to wake up every half an hour, every 45 minutes, every hour, whatever you want. You can make them check the task board if there is any tasks that have been added to the task board that they could do. You could tell them to think proactively about the next project or execute tasks 3-4 times a day that pushes your project forward. I think those are the most important tips to install proactivity, install persistent agents that lead a department. And look, they have already sub-agents here to do certain tasks, but those 4 agents, they think about it multiple times a day, how they can push me forward. They have meetings with Henry, chief of staff, and they lead actively their department. So now in Telegram, I could only talk to Henry. Hence, I moved the conversation over to Discord. When you connect OpenClaw to Discord, the first thing what happens is that you would only talk to Henry, and you wouldn't be able to talk to all of your different agents. So now let's look how I set this up precisely. You can see here, when I go to mission control and go to server settings, and I go to members, you will see that Mr. X, Nox, Ivy, Nexus, Henry, OpenClaw, and myself are all basically invited to my server individually. And how you do that, you go to a URL that is discord.com/developers/applications. And you will get to a page that looks like this. You can see here, I created 5 different applications, which is Henry, Nexus, Ivy, Nox, and Mr. X. And I set them all up as separate applications and then added them to my Discord. How this works, you go to new application. I call the app example agent. And you can obviously add the name your agent has. By clicking here, you agree to the Discord developer terms and you click create. You confirm that you're human and then you get to the setting. Here again, you can change the name, but that is not important for now. What you will have to do is you have to go to the bot settings. And here you have to go down to the privileges gateway intent, and you need to toggle on the server member intent so it can see all the members, your application or your bot, and message content intent so it can actually read and write messages. So that's step number 1. Go to bot, privileges gateway, and toggle those two on. You click on save changes. There you go. Step number 2, you go to OAuth 2. So in the OAuth section, OAuth 2 section, you will create a URL with your settings, and then when you open the URL, you'll be able to invite that particular bot or application to your Discord server. So here we scopes, we're clicking on bot. When you click on bot, you will get bot permissions, and then the general permissions that you want to give your bot are view channel, send message, and read message history. This would be the 3 permissions you would give to all your department heads, in a way, persistent sub-agents, if you want to call it that. Only for your main agent, which in my case is chief of staff that you talk to, Telegram, and all of that, you want to give one additional permission, which is manage channels. If you toggle that, you can simply just tell Henry or your main agent, create a bunch of channels on Discord, create all the channels to invite my other agents, and so on. So you don't have to set up manually anything on Discord. Your main agent will handle everything for you. Right, so this is it. And now that we have chosen the permissions, let's say it will be one of your main agents, you get here a generated URL on the bottom that you can copy, and you open a new tab, and when you paste this URL, it will open your Discord channel that you want to have created before, and it will pop up here. By the way, if you want to create a Discord channel, just click the plus button here. You click add a server, create my own. You would say for me and my friends, and then you will give it a name, whatever you want to do, and you click create. That's the first step, obviously. And then you can add all your agents to that channel. Example agent, add bot to server, create commands, add to server HQ mission control, and you want to press continue. I'm not going to do that at this stage because I don't want to invite this agent to my application. But basically, that's the process, and you just have to repeat that 4 or 5 times, or however many agents you might have in your Orga team, and that will do. Then you have created access to all of your different agents. Now, the last step that you need to do is you go to your bot tab again, and here where it says token, you press reset token. Yes, do it. You need to enter your password of your Discord, and then you would get a token here. This token you copy and you paste it into Telegram, or you give it to your main agent. With the agent being a member of your Discord channel and the token, your main agent can set it all up. You would start with your main agent, give him the manage channel permission. Then you would add him to your Discord. That way he can create different channels. Then you would add the next agent with the name, give them the 3 permissions that we discussed. You would give your main agent his token, you invite him and authorize him to Discord, and then your main agent creates one channel precisely for you to talk only to him. So now I will show you how that looks in my setup. You will see here my Discord channel, and I have the general channels, the briefing channels, the work channels, content, and all those channels Henry has access to and Henry can read. Now I set up agents channel, which are 4 direct communication channels to my other persistent agents that Henry does not have access to. The problem is with OpenClaw and Discord, you can only set up 1 channel per agent. You cannot give multiple agents access to multiple channels. As far as I understood, that is not supported. So I can talk here to Nexus. Hey, what's next on development? And I would get an answer. Nexus is typing. Very nice. I can talk to my Mr. X, head of social media. What is next on your agenda? And Mr. X is typing. And the same way for Ivy and Nox, my other department heads. There you go. Mr. X replied. Checking my task board and what's on the radar. Honestly, my agenda is pretty open right now. Here's what I have on my plate based on your morning session immediately today. You mentioned recording on Discord, sent a video today. So he knows, he's informed what are my tasks for today that I'm recording. The point is I can talk to my social media agent directly the same way I can talk to Nexus, my CTO directly. Merge PR2, add workflow. There you go. So there's an open PR that I need to merge into my project and review it. So how do I make sure that Henry, my chief of staff, who has to know everything constantly, knows about what's going on with the conversations and with the actions with my agents that I'm talking directly? I've set up in the configuration that if 5 minutes pass after my last message, they automatically have to assume the conversation is over for now. And they have to post a detailed summary of our conversation into their specific work channel. So Nexus would be posting in dev channel, Mr. X would be posting in social media, Nox in security, and Ivy in research. On top of that, they also post a one-liner in the status channel. Here you see an example of Ivy, chatted with Nino, confirmed 5-minute update rule, details in research, Mr. X, YouTube video analysis complete, Henry video conform. Well, you get the idea. A quick one-liner, like a team update that Henry can read. And if Henry wants to know more details, he can then go into the channel of dev, for example, and he will get a detailed summary of conversations and actions that have been taken. Like that, I ensure that nothing gets lost, what is communicated or talked about with my department heads, and Henry is always up to date. That's my current setup, and I think it's working pretty well, and I hope you can take something away from that. That's it, a full multi-agent Discord server. Next episode, I'll show you how to give your agent a secure email and GitHub account the right way with scope tokens and 1 click to revoke. If you built this or you're going to build this, drop your Discord setup in the comments below and subscribe. We're turning AI agent into a real team, 1 episode at a time. Hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.